Okay, let's continue with the lips. This is gonna be the custom step number 4. So for this custom step, the first thing I'm gonna do is start with the custom step. So I'm not gonna create guide in this time. I'm gonna use the lip rigger tool that we have on mGear Rigbits, and then from there I'm just gonna export all the data and the configuration from the tool and rebuild it again. So the first thing I want to do is create a new custom step. So in this case, I'm just gonna click here, new scripts post, and I'm gonna call it this one 04 lips, and yeah, that's it, 04 lips. And here, if I edit, I have it here. As usual, I have in my right side the previous one that I did 2 years ago, and now I'm just gonna redo it a little bit more cleaner. So first thing, I'm just clean up this. The name, I just want to call this custom step just lips, so I don't have the 04 there messing around. The other thing I want to do is first start with the duplication of the mesh. So I'm just gonna create this part first, duplicate the mesh, create manually the lips, export the rest of the data, and finish the custom step. So that will be the process, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, so first things first. So I have my run here, that's good. So from my run, I'm just gonna copy paste this and just check one by one what I have here. So first things, I have my setup root, that is facial base. So here's the facial base, it's the setup root and step dictionary, that's good. Duplicate geo, then we have this build lips that I'm not gonna do it now. Then we have the ghost structure. Remember, we're gonna create this ghost structure later, so I'm just comment out this. And then for facial base, I have my import skin and import my control shapes, and later I have the connection. So all these three I'm just gonna comment out. So for the moment, I just want to focus on duplicate the geometry that we will need. So okay, so we have this method there. Now we need to get the duplicate method. So we have something to execute. Clean up this, the indentation is good. So I have my head geo that it's from facial base head geo. And let me double check that I have, here's my facial base and my head geo. It's gonna point to my original geo, and it's gonna duplicate this geometry and put the right name in. So for the moment, it's the only thing I need here. So I'm going back to my Maya file, and okay, I'm just gonna save this just in case. And I need to get rid of my rig and my georoot, so I don't want this anymore. And hopefully it's gonna work since we didn't test this since last week, so sometimes it's little goblins happen between scenes. Okay, didn't comply. Let's see what we have here. So just forget about this one, we don't want to use this one right now. So we have the lips geo here, lips setup, and I have my geometry there. Great, so this is the one that I want to use. It's not connected, it's nothing yet done. I just want to have this geometry with the right naming, so when I create the skinning and so on, it's gonna be correct. So just gonna save this, and now here on my facial rigger, I have the first tab, it's the eye rigger. We need to go to the third one, that is for the lips. And yeah, the naming, it's good, lips, and sorry, just the name of the extension of the control is control. So first thing, I need to go here and just isolate this. Let me close some windows so we don't have too much clutter. Okay, so let me select the most, like, let's say here on the lip, the most like the loop that it's in the center. So hopefully we have this loop, and if our modeling it's more or less correct, we'll have almost the same height. So it's not good when you have the modeling that you have one loop that it's here in the center, and when it goes down, it goes in the middle of the lip here. That's something that you need to avoid. And I have a little trick here to make me easier the life. It's just if I isolate, I have my, again, isolate with my hotkey. It's this button here. With the loop selected, it's gonna highlight this and the continuous edges. So this is easier to select later the point. So I'm just gonna select here the edge loop, and now I need the center upper vertex and the center lower vertex. So this tool is making some assumptions. The first one is that the loops are cohesive on the left and right side, upper and, sorry, not left and right, the upper and lower lip. So means if you start from the center, it can count and when you arrive there, it knows where's the corner. That's the assumption that he does. So if you have like non-consistent looping on the mouth, maybe getting something weird. So just bear in mind that. Okay, so the upper one is not the most upper one. It's this one is from the upper lip that turns out it's the lower. I mean, it's in the world space position. If you check from the front, it's in the lower position. And now the higher one should be this one. Let me zoom in here. Sometimes, yeah, it's that one. This is the, yeah, this is the other one. This is the lower one. Okay, so that's good. So the lips thickness. So, and here it's what I like. Let me do a quick draw here with this quick tool. So let's say my lips thickness, I have, this is the continuation of my lips. That's very bad. But let's say it's, if I want the center of my lips here, so from this distance to this, how thick will be the lips? So this will recreate this circle here, here, or here. So when you roll, and it's a bit more consistent. So we don't need to make it right the first time. And this is where it comes. So normally what I do here, instead of undo and things like that, it's not working. So I save the scene on this status, and without closing the window, I just build, check it out, it's not working, reopen the scene without closing this window, change parameters, and do it again. So this is the let's say the approach that it's getting me the best results. Okay, just let me. So later we have the static rig parent. So in this case, this lip setup, remember these setups are kind of statics on the world center. It's not gonna move with the rig, so we can, it's easier to normalize the stuff there. So we're gonna use that. So just place it here, and then we have the head upper or upper lip and jaw upper lip. Okay. So here, when we did this previous workshop 2 years ago, and I did this quick facial or basic facial setup, I was using the upper and lower joint of the mouth component of from Shifter. But in this case, we're not gonna use that. We use the static joint for both, because this is just a local rig that is gonna take care only on the lips, and we don't want anything else that is moving this rig. So that's the key. So don't pay attention to this. Just go here, take your static joint, and place it on both sides. So basically, it's gonna fade out everything to the static joint. Okay, so compute topological auto-skinning. Great. So we have the rigid loops and the fall-off loops. So basically, the rigid loops means that if I create a joint, let's say here one of my loops of the mouth, the rigid loops will be 100% assigned to that joint. So we have first loop 100%, second loop 100%, third loop 100%, for instance. And then, for instance, if I have here 3, will be up to 3. And let me put this with the wireframe. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, 5. So maybe it's good with 5. Let's try. Because the first one it's always 100%. And then the fall off 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's keep it at 5, 8. It's maybe too high here. So 5, 5. Okay, so now that I have this, just save the scene, don't worry, and build. Let's see if I did it right at first. Let's thinking a little. Now it's the auto skinning, and boom, we have this thing. Okay, so we have this. So this is corner there. So you can see here, it's not bad. You see the lip, it's going up and down. We have the internal that it's too much, maybe because it has less topology internally, so it's the smoothie goes too far away. That's not good, but it's easy to fix that. And it's easy because the only option is to go to static joints, so there is no like too much to think about. So just if it's moving too much, yeah, add skinning to the static joint. That's it. And we need to smooth out a little bit here. For the corner, if I check here, I think it's about right. And this one, yeah, that's it. So this is my corner loop, and you can see here, this one, it's the one that less move. And here, so I think it's about right. The corners are always like so. Sometimes depends of the rig, I not even expose these controls for the lip, so I just expose this because remember, you will have this. I don't need to use this for this rig, by the way, because I have the other control that is gonna, this one is gonna take care of this corner. So I want just to control the lips thing here. So again, you have the whole rig, and you can choose what you use or what not. So again, it's not like black and white, depends of many situations, like character, the topology, the style. Maybe you want to use more or less of these controls, or maybe you want to offset this control a little more here, so you have more roundish there and so on. So for the moment, and for the sake of this workshop, I'm just gonna keep it like this, but I'm not gonna use these corner controls at all. I think maybe I changed my mind. Okay, so we are good at first try. Great, so that's great. Okay, so let me save a version here so we don't miss anything. And now, before I forget, I want to export this configuration somewhere. So I have my build here, my data, and here in data, I'm just going to create a new folder. It's called lips, and inside this folder, I'm gonna save this configuration that it's good. We decided that it's good. So before saving the configuration, I want to uncheck this, because I will now, with this skin, brush up and make it better. And next time I build, I don't want to recalculate the skin, and I already have this thing that I'm gonna update. So the only thing that remains is to to save it later and rebuild the rig only, and then import the skin. So I'm just gonna save this and export configuration. I'm just going to my folder, it's lips, and I'm just gonna call it this lips. That's very easy. Okay, so now it's here, lips. That's great. Okay. Okay, so next step, going to my beloved mGear tools and start here with the brush up. So first thing, layer, duplicate selected layer. So if I screw something, we have this backup layer. That's important. And now I don't like to skin in the rest position because I don't see what I'm doing. So I just place this kind of like this position here. And now I can paint, just select one joint so you can see the gradation, what it did here. So I'm just gonna come here with the brush That's unfortunate. It's the red. Is the default for the static joint, and well, also the brush icon or gizmo, it's also red, so we don't see it too much, but I hope it's enough. Okay, and let me see how it works. The mirror, sometimes yeah, it works. Yeah, sometimes it may fail. You need to check out that, but yeah. Okay, not too much. Now I'm just gonna take my interior of the mouth. Look at that, nice rainbow. Okay, just growing my selection, and yeah, around there. I'm just gonna paint all to white. Oh no, I have one point selected there. Why you selected? Oh, nice. This is sometimes something that happens with the mGear tools. You see, I have this point selected, and I go to my point selection, unselect, paint, and it's still selected. And that's pretty bad. We need to restart Maya to do that. So I'm not gonna do it now. So I'm just gonna float it there. That's okay. I'm just gonna later fix this. So one easy way to fix this. This is gonna be okay. Let me I guess this is lifts up. So this is gonna be low. And you can see 9. Just okay, and float. Okay, so that's it. And now let me play it again. Yeah, it's still selected. They still stuck. It's maybe a memory leak or something. It's maybe the latest version, because I don't have the updated for the latest version of the mGear tools. But yeah, maybe it's fixed there. I don't update my plugins normally between productions, and I think this is a bit old already. Okay, so for me it's good enough for the moment. We can go back always and edit this, because it's gonna be always in this object, so it's not being mixed with anything. So that's good. So now just create my skin folder as usual. Just copy this and come here. By the way, you don't need to delete the layers on the mGear tools. Skin export. I'm using ASCII for this workshop. Normally I use binary because it's faster, but I found maybe it's easier to use ASCII, so you can check it out what's going on there in any situation. Okay, so that's it. Great. So we have this part already done. We have the rig there. So I'm just gonna save another version just in case. You always save versions here. And now I need to go back to my custom steps. So I'm just deleting everything. Delete the geo root. I only have my guide again. Come in here, and we just want to build the rig, and I'm just gonna import the skin. So for the build lips, and I'm just gonna copy this here. Oops. And I have my old way to import the path. We don't want that. We want to use the new way, so allow me to copy paste from here so you don't see me typing, and hopefully I don't make that many mistakes. So where is my path? So I should yeah, of course, this one, proportions, and I'm not using anything here. This is mouth slide. 1 second. duplicate. Oh yeah, I import this here, sorry. I import surface. So I want to just use this data path. Okay, so from here I'm just gonna take this one, and where is my ellipse here? So I need to replace all this with a new path, so I'm just gonna keep it for the moment. Path, it's equal to yeah, I need to copy OS. As you can see, there is a lot of copy pasting, and the thing, it's like when you do a few custom steps, you will see that many of the process, it's very repetitive. Once you have in place the first one, it's normally you import stuff and you rely on your path custom step to handle all the routes. So custom step name, so cool. And from the custom step name, so data path custom step name, I want to import lips. So that's the file name, and the custom step name is self name. So here I just use self name. Okay, just let me so lips, this it's not good. Okay, so OS path, custom step, just proving the formatting there. So data facial, no, I don't want this thing. So now let's rigger rig from file path. Okay, cool. Now here this is complaining PM, of course. From ML.core import PM, and of course the lib rigger one that I'm just, let me copy paste this one, and let's organize a little bit. I like to import this and this, now this, and something like that. I think it's a bit more cleaner. So we have this part already. Okay, so the last one is import the skin, but this should be done because it's there, so it's gonna, hopefully it's gonna work out of the box. Okay, so I saved this, hopefully it didn't make any mistake, and let's build again. Boom, mistake, import, cannot import PM. Stop building. What I say here from yeah. Shame on me. I just, it's amazing. I mean, I type this 100 times a day, and when I'm speaking, it's like super easy to make this kind of mistakes. I'm sorry. Okay, so that should be the good. Oh, step dictionary. No, self path, of course. So here, self step dictionary. I'm not creating this self step dictionary here, so again, this is something I will change on the future, so it's inherited from the parent class. But yeah, that was just simple bad design from my side, sorry. And one more time, the third one is a good one. Jobs, import skin. Okay, cool. So again, I just need to hide this, come here, facial, I have my lips there, and we have the skin in. Okay, cool. So that's it for this video. I'm gonna continue on the next one.